Yeah.
Holy smokes, guys, Fitbit is on fire. Welcome to the channel. We talk personal finance, we talk entrepreneurship. I'm an actual business owner. I give away so many business tips, and we talk stock market investing the most. I have my book right here, Damn Thing Never Stands Up. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Sorry, guys. Oh man, my friend dared me to do that. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I was completely just joking around. I'm actually a huge fan of Jeremy's channel. If you haven't subscribed to him already, his channel is called Financial Education. Probably one of the best financial YouTubers out there. And I'm a huge fan of his channel. And he always starts his videos kind of like that, and then he ends them like that too. And my friend just dared me to do an impersonation. But anyway, I was just completely joking around. And Jeremy, if you see this, you know that I love you, and that was just completely a joke. I'm a huge fan of Jeremy's channel, and I watch all of his videos. So anyway, with that, welcome to Stock Market Daily. Today we're going to be talking about a few different things. Definitely going to be talking about Fitbit, because Fitbit, like Jeremy mentioned a little while ago, Fitbit is on fire right now. They've climbed a lot today, so we're going to talk about that. And we're also going to talk about CBS, because they're taking shots at ESPN and essentially their parent company Disney. And we'll talk about a few other things as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Really quick though, let's take a look at the markets. The Dow Jones is up 0.20%, NASDAQ is down almost 0.5%, and S&P 500 is down 0.03%. Now looking at the popular stocks here, keep in mind that we are in extended hours trading, so these numbers can absolutely change. But looking at the popular stocks, Fitbit, it says that it's up almost 10%, and I'm going to explain to you guys why I don't think that that's accurate. I don't know if the system is glitching or something, but I don't think it's up 10%, and I'll explain to you why. It is still up today. I think it's up around 3%, and yesterday was up another like 6% or something, so it is up a lot. But I'm going to explain to you guys why I don't think that that 10% is just for today. Now Tesla is also up 4.16%, and we're going to talk about Tesla in a second also right after Fitbit. But looking at CNN Money's chart here, you can see that Thursday it says that Fitbit was up 9.74% based on a previous close of $6.26. But if you look at Wednesday, you can see that it definitely did not close at $6.26. It closed much higher than that. And so the change is really more of like a 3% change. So I don't know if it's just glitching or something, but that's not very accurate. And then the 5-day change looks like it probably is accurate at around 5.93% positive. Friday was down a little bit, but it looks like it's been climbing a little bit ever since. Now looking at this chart here, you can see that it's actually up 3.46% because it's up 23 cents. And the previous closing price was actually $6.65, not what CNN was saying on there. So I don't know, I think it might have just been a little bit of a glitch. I really like CNN Money's charts for stocks, but that definitely looked like a glitch there. So anyway, why is Fitbit up so much? Well, the main reason, at least from the reports that I've been reading, the main reason is because Apple has released their new Apple Watch, the Series 3, and it is heavily focused on fitness and fitness applications and things like that. So that kind of helped Fitbit for some reason. I'm not really sure why, because I think that Apple will probably sell a lot better than Fitbit's new watch. And Fitbit's new watch is called the Ionic. And so let's just do a quick recap on the Ionic and see what it does. Now Fitbit's Ionic was released at the end of August, and some of its features include the ability to record exercises, and these include running, biking, swimming, and more. They've also improved on their GPS capabilities, and it comes with an average battery life of more than 4 days. And another feature that the watch has is that it can actually coach you and guide you through workouts. Specifically, it can also do that during weightlifting and things like that as well. Now on top of that, the Fitbit Ionic also has really good functionality for sleep tracking and heart rate monitoring. And so with that, you can test your resting heart rate zones, and you can also monitor your sleep to see if you're getting good sleep, decent sleep, bad sleep, deep sleep, REM sleep, all the different kinds of sleeps. And it also has a sensor, they're calling it the SPO2 sensor, and they say that that's built in to enable the watch to diagnose sleep apnea. Now, we've seen many of those functionalities in previous Fitbit devices, so what makes this one different? Well, the Fitbit Ionic is meant to be focused heavily on being a true smartwatch. And so it's going to have a lot more of true smartwatch functionalities. For example, you can listen to music through Pandora. It says here that you can store up to 300 songs on the Ionic, on the watch itself. And you can also receive notifications and phone calls as long as the phone is nearby. And the problem that I see there is that the Apple Watch will actually have cellular functionality if you get that version. I think that version costs $399, and the Fitbit watch is $299, so it's only a $100 difference. So I think if you own an Apple phone, if you own an iPhone, I can't really see why you would buy the Fitbit. I mean, I feel like you'd probably buy the Apple Watch, unless you kind of don't want to destroy the Apple Watch and you don't really want to work out with it. I don't know, but I think a lot of people do still work out with the Apple Watch, and I could see them just going for the Apple Watch. But the Fitbit Ionic does also have other functionalities like notifications for Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and it can also do contactless payments. So it's getting a lot closer to the Apple Watch, but I just don't see Fitbit surviving in that market. To be completely honest with you guys, I think Apple would just crush Fitbit in that market. That's just my opinion, though. I could be completely wrong, but that's how I see it. Now, I want to read you just a quick snippet from a report that I was reading. This is kind of summarizing everything, and I'm going to give my feedback on what they're saying. And so they're saying Apple and Fitbit introduced their newest wearable offerings for the holiday season. This is Fitbit's first ever true smartwatch, and they're saying that Fitbit is headed in the right direction. Now, they also say what's more, since the Ionic is so much cheaper than the Apple Watch Series 3 and also includes a major focus on health, it could be the first choice for fitness-focused wearables this year. Now, I agree that it may be the first choice for people who are hardcore about fitness and they don't want to use a really nice Apple Watch for that. They'd rather just kind of have maybe a little bit of a cheaper device. But for them to say that it is so much cheaper, I don't really think I see it that way, because $100 is not like a huge amount of a difference. You can actually even get the Apple Watch for $330 without the cellular functionality, and so then it's only a $30 difference. And now I know that $100 difference is a big deal, but that extra $100 will get you cellular functionality, and I think that a lot of people would really want that on their watch. I mean, it would be probably really nice to just be able to leave your phone anywhere, and as long as you got your watch on, you're good to go, and you can make phone calls and do text messaging and all that kind of stuff. How ideal is that? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure everybody's still going to carry around their phone anyway, so I guess it is maybe a little bit of a gimmick, but it's still kind of a cool thing to have. And if you're going to spend so much money on a watch, I mean, why not just spend an extra $100 and just have the best of the best, right? Have the Apple Watch, which you know is going to get people's attention, which you know is going to look nice. I mean, if you're having the Fitbit, it's like, oh, Fitbit, that's cool. But like having an Apple Watch, it's like, oh, nice. Like, let me check that out. Like, what does it do? And, you know, people will be much more interested in it. So I could see people wanting to buy the Apple Watch much more than the Fitbit watch. And so that's why I would not personally invest in Fitbit, to be honest. I'm actually surprised that it's doing this well this week, up almost like 10% in just the last 2 days. I'm pretty surprised by that. But anyway, let's move on here and let's talk about Tesla. Looking at Tesla stock here, we can see that today's change, there is a positive 3.12% gain for them. They're at $377.64, and the 5-day change is positive 7.71% for the week. So they're doing very well. Now, we know that on Wednesday, Tesla CEO Elon Musk, he tweeted out about the semi-truck that they're going to be announcing soon, and he said that it is a beast worth seeing in person, and that truck is going to be hopefully available for test driving on October 26th. Now, focusing a little bit more on the stock, we know that it is up more than 75% for the year, and they're now valued at $62 billion, which is actually more than GM, Ford, Honda, Nissan, Chrysler, and they sell a much smaller portion of cars. Now, they're also expected to post a loss this year and next year, so 2018 expected to post a loss. And I was looking at some of the prices though, man, the Model 3, that's incredible. They're marketing it for such a lower price, and I think it's going to be so much more accessible to a lot of people. So the Model S sedan costs $68,000, and then the Model X SUV costs $79,500. But the Model 3 has a starting price of around $35,000. So you talk about the Model S being at around $68,000 and the Model 3 at around $35,000, that's like half the price. I mean, that's incredible. So I really think that a lot of people are going to start buying the Model 3, and I think that Tesla does have a really bright future. But Man, their stock is valued so high right now. I just don't know if I can invest in it. I don't think I'm going to be investing in it, but it is definitely a stock to keep an eye on for sure. Okay, now let's talk about CBS because they took some shots at ESPN. So let's take a look at them. Looking at CBS stock, today they're down 3.90%. 5-day change, they're down 3.88%. And then year to date, down 8.60%. And right now they are priced at $58.15. Now, when looking at CBS here, they announced that they are introducing a new streaming service that will be focused on CBS Sports. And so they talked about this today, and they were at Goldman Sachs Communicopia, which is a conference. And so they were speaking there, and their CEO, Les Moons, said that CBS Sports Network will be focused on news and scores, not analyst discussion and debate. So they're comparing here to ESPN. And so look at these shots that they take here. The CEO was quoted here saying, "I'm turning on ESPN a lot and seeing people yelling at each other." He added, on our sports network, you won't have to wait for news." So that's like a major shot at ESPN, and I'm going to talk about that in a second because I actually know exactly what he's talking about, or at least I think I know what he's talking about, but we'll talk about that in a second. Now, the CEO also took shots at Disney overall and said that he will not spend $1 zillion to execute a sports streaming plan. And so he's really referencing here the fact that Disney acquired BAMTech to help with their ESPN streaming service that they're going to be offering. Now, I don't really think that those are reasons for the stock to dip. In fact, I actually kind of like some of those things, and I'm going to talk about it in a second. But the real reason why the stock might have dipped is because it looks like Gil Schwartz, the company's senior executive vice president and chief communications officer, got sold out 6,700 shares of CBS at prices ranging from $23.19 to $58.40. So that's probably a big reason an insider here is selling a lot of stock. Now, when looking at what they announced here and the shots that they took at ESPN, I think I know what he might be talking about. ESPN is coming under a lot of fire right now because they're getting really political. Like on a lot of episodes of ESPN's shows, they're talking a lot about politics, and I guess it makes sense to a degree because there is a lot of controversy right now in the NFL. It all kind of started with Colin Kaepernick, and he wouldn't stand for the national anthem and I guess for the American flag because he feels that there's social issues going on that are being ignored, whereas people on the other side are angry because they feel that he's disrespecting the flag and the country, and there's different views on that. Like a lot of players are doing what Kaepernick was doing, and then a lot of players are against that, and so there's definitely divided sides. And anytime that you bring up politics, there's always going to be divided sides, right? Some will be more conservative, some will be more liberal. Now, ESPN in general, at least from what I've seen, seems to be a little bit more liberal, and they've been expressing their political views a lot lately. In fact, I think Jamel Hill, who is a reporter, I think she's also a host on one of the shows, she tweeted out that Trump is a white supremacist, and then she later backtracked and apologized, and she said that she went too far, and ESPN accepted her apology, but conservatives were angry because they felt that conservatives have done similar things on ESPN in the past and they've been fired, whereas Jamel Hill, they accepted her apology. Now, I'm not saying that ESPN shouldn't be liberal or they should be liberal or whatever. I'm not taking a political stance on that. The problem that I have with it is that I'm an investor in Disney. And so as an investor, I don't want ESPN to talk about politics because people aren't there to listen to politics, right? You could make the argument that with everything that's going on in the NFL right now, you sort of have to talk about it because it's something that is happening. But I think that they go a little bit too far because you're getting a lot of people in sports giving huge political opinions, and they're not really politicians or people on political shows or political channels that you would normally go to, right? If you want to hear about politics, you would probably go to a news channel, right? I don't know, I'm just throwing out names, but CNN, Fox, MSNBC, whatever the case may be, whatever channel you go to. And that's where you go for your political news. You don't go to a sports channel to get political views. You go there to get sports-related news and sports-related events and things like that. And so I think that that's what the CBS CEO was saying, is that ESPN is becoming so controversial. I'm telling you guys, there are conservatives who are absolutely boycotting ESPN right now because that they're sharing a lot of political views. And the problem that I have with it as an investor, not as a politician or not as like someone who has a political view, as an investor, I have a problem with it because I feel that ESPN is alienating a lot of viewers, right? They're alienating a lot of viewers because if they're going to be openly liberal, then they're going to alienate conservatives, and you're going to get conservatives that will boycott them. So you throw politics out of it. The problem that I have with it is that you're losing viewers, and that's the problem that I have with it as an investor. And so that's why I don't think that these type of channels and segments should ever talk about politics, because it's not meant to be about politics. That's meant to be about sports. And liberals can enjoy sports and conservatives can enjoy sports. You should not alienate one group or the other. The counter argument to that, again, as I mentioned, is that there is politics going on right now in sports, so it's kind of hard to ignore it. So I understand that. But to be honest, I don't go to ESPN for political news. I could care less, what's going on in the NFL in terms of politics. I just want to know what's going on with the sports. And I think that most people who go to ESPN are probably thinking the same thing, and it's probably going to hurt them in the long run. So CBS kind of taking shots at them, saying, hey, we're not going to be doing that on CBS. We're not going to be yelling at each other. We're not going to be arguing. We're just there to talk about sports and sports news and things like that. So I don't really see any problem with that. But I think the stock dipped probably more because of that insider who sold out a lot of stock. But just one more thing that I want to mention is that I think maybe some of you might think that I'm blowing this out of proportion because the CEO might just be talking about ESPN just overanalyzing their analysts, overanalyzing sports and arguing about sports. But I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on, and I'm just going to assume that this is too big of a coincidence for ESPN to be going through all of these political issues and the CEO to come out and say, hey, we're not going to be arguing about other stuff. We're just going to talk about sports and focus on that and give you the news more quickly. So I think that it was kind of an indirect shot at ESPN for being so political and not getting to sports like they probably should. Anyway, I'm very curious to hear what you guys think. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. And again, I'm not sharing any political views or anything like that. I definitely don't want to alienate any of you guys. I respect everybody's views. And I think that that's about it. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new, please subscribe. If you like the video, please hit the like button. It really helps me out a lot. And if you watch the video all the way through to this very moment in time, then I'm going to say that you guys are the Tesla Model 3, because you guys are amazing. You're going to save Tesla. You're saving people. You're affordable, helping people everywhere. You guys are good people. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you all have a wonderful, beautiful day and that you take care.